Hello everyone and welcome to the chapter number 61 of Blender Master Course, Blender Add-ons. In this chapter, we'll be exploring some of the amazing add-ons that can be used in Blender. We'll also be understanding about their installation process and we'll be using them in the Blender software in order to understand how they work. And for anyone who is new to this course, you can check out the previous 61 chapters from the link of the playlist given in the pinned comment. So first of all, in Blender, you have two types of add-ons. The first type is the pre-installed add-ons that Blender already provides you on downloading its software. And the second type is the downloadable add-ons, which we basically need to download from some external websites and then we can install them in Blender. And the first add-on that we'll be exploring today is the BlenderKit add-on. The reason for placing this BlenderKit add-on on the rank number 1 is that it's a very useful tool for anyone who is using Blender because it gives you the access to a wide range of high quality models, materials and brushes. And the best part is that you can directly install this add-on in your Blender software and directly add any model, material, HDRI, etc. in your Blender file. Now to download the BlenderKit add-on, you simply need to visit this website blenderkit.com and I've dropped its link in the description of this video. The BlenderKit add-on provides you an extensive library of 3D models, materials, HDRIs, a variety of 3D scenes, brushes and many more things. Now BlenderKit offers you both the free as well as the premium plans. The free version is for those of you who are just starting out and require some basic assets. But if you're looking for more advanced features with more than 36,000 models, 13,000 plus different materials, over 1500 scenes and around 2800 HDRIs in a single package, then you can try the BlenderKit full plan. It starts at just $4 a month if you take the yearly plan, and if you take the 30-day plan, then this will cost you $6 for a single month. And the best part is that you can get an additional 10% discount on all the BlenderKit plans by using the link that I have dropped in the description of this video. So if you decide to purchase the premium or the full version, then you can check that link and get an additional 10% discount from JB3D Studio. So whether you decide to choose the free version or the premium version, BlenderKit is definitely the best add-on which is available for Blender. And to download this add-on, you can click on the download BlenderKit button, and then if I click on the download button, then now the zipped file having the free BlenderKit version will get downloaded on your PC. Now to install the BlenderKit add-on in the Blender software, go to Edit, then select the Preferences, and in the Add-ons category, click on this drop down and select the Install from Disk. Then open that particular folder where you have downloaded the BlenderKit zipped folder, then left click to select the zipped folder and click on the Install from Disk. Now in the Add-ons category, you will find this BlenderKit online asset library, and do ensure that this particular box is checked. Now let's close this window, and in the Blender file, you can see here that we have an additional toolbar at the top which is due to the BlenderKit add-on. Now over here, you have some icons where the first one is the find models, the second one is for finding the materials, the next is for finding the scenes, then you have the find HDRIs, and the last one is the find brushes. Now with the find model selected, if I go to the search bar and type any model's name, for example car, and press enter, then you can see here that it provides us a wide range of car 3D models to add in our scene. However, not all of these are available for free because all these models which are having this lock icon at the bottom can only be accessed in the premium or the paid version of the BlenderKit add-on. However, the 3D models without this lock icon, for example this car, can be used in the free version. Now suppose I want to add this car in my 3D scene, then to do this, simply left click on the car and drag it into the 3D viewport. Similarly, you can try the same with the materials also. So click on the find materials icon and you can apply any of these materials to any object in your scene. Also, you can go to the search bar and type any material's name. For example, if I type wood, then this will display a list of all the materials which resemble with the wood. Now suppose I want to apply any of these materials to this cube object, then for this, simply left click on any of the materials, drag it into the 3D viewport and release it on any object in the scene. And now you can see here that the wood material is applied to this cube object in the scene. Similarly, you can try this with other materials also, and so it's a very convenient way to add any 3D models or apply any materials. And moreover, you also have some more options like the find scenes, and this will allow you to add any of these scenes in your Blender projects. And out of these, some of them are available for free and the others which have this lock icon at the bottom are only available in the premium version. Then you also have the option of finding the HDRIs. So by using these, you can directly add any HDRI or environment in your Blender file. For example, suppose I select this one, so I simply need to left click and drag it into the 3D viewport, then select the resolution to download and click on the OK button. Now if I go to the render view, then you can see here that we are having this HDRI added as the environment that we downloaded from the BlenderKit add-on. And now moving ahead, the number 2 add-on that we have on our list is the Cell Fracture add-on. This particular add-on helps you to break apart the objects just with a few clicks. And the best thing about this add-on is that it is already available in Blender, which means that we don't need to download the Self Fracture add-on from any external website. Now to get the Self Fracture add-on, go to Edit, then select the Preferences. Now click on Get Extensions, then search for Self Fracture, and then this Self Fracture extension or the Self Fracture add-on will appear in the list. So click on the Install button. Let's also close this window. And now to understand how the Self Fracture add-on works in Blender, we'll be adding a torus object in the scene. So first of all, let's delete this cube object. So press X to delete, then press Shift+A, go to Mesh and select the torus object. Now click on Add Torus to change the settings of the torus object. Let's first increase the minor radius. Let's also reduce the minor radius like this. And now our object looks perfect. Now we'll be using the Self Fracture add-on on this torus object. And to do this, go to the object settings and in the quick effects, select the last one, which is the Self Fracture. Then this menu will appear where we don't need to change anything. So click on OK. And now you will see that this single torus object is now converted into multiple broken pieces. In fact, if I select any single piece by left clicking on it and try to move it, then you can see here that we are able to separate out any single piece. However, one thing to notice here is that the Self Fracture add-on creates a duplicate of the torus object that we used and then applies the broken pieces effect on it. This means that the original torus object is still present at this location. And to confirm this, go to the scene collection and select the original torus object. Let's move it up in the z-axis, and now you can see that this object at the top is the original torus and this one at the bottom is the torus object, which is made up of separate broken pieces of the torus object. Now if you want, you can even create some amazing animations by using the Self Fracture add-on. And to do this, let's first delete the rest of the objects from the scene. So select the original torus, press X to delete. Let's also select this car and delete it. Select the lamp and the camera and press X to delete. Now we are only having this torus object in the scene, which is made up of all these separate objects which you can see in the scene collection. So we are having a total of 100 different cells or these broken pieces in this torus. Now if I select any broken piece, then press O to turn on the proportional editing and try to move this piece, then you can see here that because of the proportional editing, the rest of the pieces around the selected one are also showing the movement. As a result, we can also create an animation out of it. So first of all, let's undo this by pressing Ctrl+Z, then press A to select everything, press I to insert a keyframe, and with this, we now have a keyframe inserted at the frame number 1. Then I'll take the pointer to the frame number 40 or maybe 50, select any random piece, and with the proportional editing turned on, press G to move it in the Z-axis. Now since we need to insert a keyframe, not only for the selected object, but also for those who were influenced by moving up of this piece, so we'll be selecting all these pieces by pressing A, then press I to insert a keyframe, and now if I take the pointer back to the frame number 1 and press the space bar to play the animation, then you can see here that we have a simple animation created where this torus object is being broken down into separate pieces and they're also moving up in the Z-axis. And so this is how the Self Fracture add-on works in Blender. Now moving ahead, the next add-on that we have on our list is the Grungit add-on, and this particular add-on allows us to create wear and tear effect to the models in the scene just with a single click. And to download the Grungit add-on, you need to open this website, and I've dropped the link of this website in the description of this video. So this is the Grungit add-on, which helps us to add wear and tear to the Blender models. And if I scroll down, then here you can see that this add-on can be downloaded for free on this website. So to download this, go to the fair price, enter 0 if you want to get it for free, and click on Add to Cart. Now over here, it will ask you for your email address and any tip that you want to add. So enter your details over here, and after that, click on the Get button. Now this download page will appear, and we'll be downloading this zipped file, which is made for Blender 4.0 and the newer versions. So click on the download button, and after downloading the zipped folder, we'll return back to our Blender file. Now to install the Grungit add-on in Blender, go to Edit, then select Preferences, then select the add-ons, click on this drop down arrow and click on the Install from Disk. Now open that particular folder where you have saved the zipped folder that we downloaded, then select the Grungit folder and click on Install from Disk. Let's also close this window. Now we'll be using the Grungit add-on in order to add wear and tear to a Suzanne model in the scene. So press Shift+A, go to Mesh and select the monkey or the Suzanne model, turn off the proportional editing by pressing O. Let's move the monkey object in the X-axis and place it over here. Let's also go to the render view, and now to use the Grungit add-on, press N to open this side toolbar. Then over here, you will have a category known as Grungit. So left click to select it, and in this you have some settings like the resolution, the quality, the scaling of the wear and tear effect. For now, we'll be keeping the default values only, and to apply this add-on, click on Apply Grungit. Then click on OK, and now you can see here that this monkey object is having a completely different look. Previously, it was not having any materials, pixels. However, it is now having a realistic material with some wear and tear effect added to it. Also, if you want to view this material in the shader editor, then to do this, let's go to the timeline editor, click on this icon and select the shader editor. And now you can see here that in the shader editor, we are having a system of different nodes which are combined together by the Grungit add-on in order to create this material for the Suzanne object. The different parameters in the different nodes help you to control the specific things in the applied material. But the most common thing that you might want to do is to change the color of this model. So to do this, you need to select this Grungit node, then in the base color, if I change it to yellow, then you can see in the 3D viewport that the base color of the Suzanne object is also changing. Similarly, you can also try the same with the other objects like a cube or a cylinder and add the wear and tear by using the Grungit add-on. Also, before applying this, you can change the resolution or maybe the quality, and while doing this, do remember that if you set very high quality or very high resolution, then it might take very long period of time to apply this add-on, and in some cases it might even crash. And now moving ahead, the next add-on that we'll be exploring is the Alt-Tab Ocean and Water add-on. By using this particular add-on, we can generate animated ocean scenes of various scales and sizes in our Blender file. And to install this add-on, you need to visit this website whose link is available in the description of this video. And as you can see here that the full version of this add-on is available for $0, so we can download it for free. So click on the purchase button, then click on continue to checkout, and it will ask you to create a new account or log into an existing account. And then after completing all the steps, you need to download this zipped folder which is named as Alt-Tab Water, and after downloading it, we'll return back to the Blender file. Now to install this add-on, go to edit, then in the preferences, go to get extensions, and from this drop down button, click on install from disk. Now open that particular folder where you saved the zip folder, then select it and click on install from disk. Let's also close this window, and now to use the Alt-Tab Ocean add-on, press the N key to open the side toolbar, and over here you will have another option which is the Alt-Tab Ocean, and in this menu you are having two options. The first one allows you to choose any specific ocean type from this entire range of different styles and sizes of ocean. For now I'll be selecting the ocean one, and then the second thing that you have here is the water material. So you have different kinds of materials which you can use for the ocean to be added. For now I'll be selecting the water small, and now to add the ocean in the scene, simply click on this append button, and with this we have this ocean added in the scene. To view it properly, go to the material preview mode, and now this is how the ocean looks. Also, the best part about using this add-on is that it not only creates the ocean but also animates it. And to view the animation, I'll switch this to the timeline editor, then take the pointer back to the frame number 1 and press the space bar to play the animation. And now you can see here that we have this beautiful animated ocean scene created, and that too by simply selecting the ocean and its material and clicking on the append button. Similarly, if I select any other material, then it will get applied to the ocean and the scene will look like this. And so this is how this ocean add-on works in Blender. Now before ending this chapter, we'll try to create this image, and that too by using some of the add-ons that we understood in this chapter. So for this, let's first delete everything by pressing A to select all and press X to delete. Now press Shift plus A, go to Mesh, and select the torus object. Let's zoom in, and in the add torus settings, I'll increase the minor radius to something like 0.4 or 0.5, and now the basic structure of the torus object is ready. Now to add some wear and tear to it, go to the side toolbar and select the Grungit add-on. I'll keep the resolution to 1K and the quality to the high settings. Now click on apply Grungit, then click OK, and within a few seconds, the Grungit add-on will add the wear and tear to the torus object. The reason why it appears like this is that in the render view, we are having this HDRI added. As a result, the lighting effect is also being visible on this object in the scene. As a result, I'll be removing this HDRI, and to do this, go to the world properties, then in the surface, left click on the color, and from here, select the disconnect nodes. Now we have the default Blender layout, and to get some lighting in the scene, we'll be adding a sunlight. So press Shift plus A, go to light and select the sun. Let's move it up in the Z axis and place it over here. To increase its intensity or the power, go to the object data properties, and in the strength, we'll increase it to something like 2 or 3. Press R to rotate the light and move it in the X axis. Let's also create a duplicate of this light by pressing Shift plus D, move it in the X axis and place it over here. Press R to rotate it, and this is how the scene looks. Also, to have some light at the bottom part, we'll be adding the point light. So press Shift plus A, go to light and select the point. Let's move it down in the Z axis and place it over here. To increase the intensity of light, go to the object data properties, and in the power, I will enter 2000 watts. Let's also place it in the Y axis, create a duplicate of it and place it over here. Now our scene is having enough light, and to modify this material on the torus torus object, we need to open the shader editor. So for this, I'll switch this timeline editor to the shader editor by clicking on this icon, and in the general category, select the shader editor. Now we have this entire node system, and first of all, to increase and decrease this wear and tear effect as a whole, we have to use the randomness parameter. If I increase it, the randomness will increase, and this is how the object looks. Also, if I go to the grunge amount parameter and try to increase it, then the amount of grunge effect will increase, but for now, I'll be keeping this value to something like 0.3. Then the next option that you have is the cracks amount, and by using this one, you can control the amount of cracks in this material. So we'll keep it to the default value of 0.3. Also, to change the base color of the torus object, go to the base color 1, and from here, you can change the base color of the object in the scene. So for now, I'll be choosing the yellow color, and now this is how it looks. Similarly, if I go to the base color 2 and change the color, then you will notice that the base color for the remaining part of the torus is being changed by this parameter. But right now, I'll be selecting the white color only, but you can choose any color that you wish to apply on your object. And now moving ahead, we'll break this torus object into different pieces by using the self fracture add-on. And for this, go to the object settings, and in the quick effects, select the self fracture. Now click on OK, and this add-on will break the torus object into multiple different pieces. And now with all these pieces selected, let's move them up in the z-axis and place them over here. Now I'll select the original torus object and press X to delete. And now to move all these broken pieces down in the z-axis again, we need to select all of them. And the best way to do this is to go to the scene collection, then left click to select the torus cell, then scroll down, and in the end, you will find this torus cell.099. So with the shift key holded, left click on the torus cell.099. And by doing this, all the pieces of the torus object are now selected in the scene. Now let's move them down in the z-axis and place them over here. And if you want, you can also select any single piece, then press O to turn on the proportional editing. And if I move it up in the z-axis, then this is how the torus object looks. But yes, to ensure that you have turned on the proportional editing so that the influence of moving this particular object can also be seen on the other objects surrounding it. So in this way, you can create amazing self fracture effects simply by applying the self fracture add-on. And with this, we now arrive to the end of the chapter number 61. Today we explored some add-ons that can save a lot of our time. And yes, don't forget about that 10% discount on the BlenderKit full plan, which will help you to take your Blender projects to the next level. And so our next chapter will be the chapter number 62, Introduction to Particles. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel, press that notification bell so that you can get timely updates about the upcoming chapters. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.